A district court in Cologne has ordered Netflix to reimburse a customer €200 for failing to get the customer's consent for subscription price increases. Netflix increased its prices by over 50% between December 2017 and May of 2022. The price increases themselves were not condemned by the court, rather the lack of informed consent. That's the particular issue. A ruling from the Berlin Regional Court in 2021 found a provision in Netflix's user agreement that granted the company the right to increase prices at will and without the subscriber's agreement was unfair and thus invalid. Everything you sign is not technically binding if it's just BS, which is weird, but probably good. Because nobody reads that stuff anyways. A higher court upheld this ruling 2 years later. While Netflix has presented German users with a dialogue box, I guess, to agree to more recent price increases, it appears that this may not actually track
that they may
and
not
just
actually track it.
assume that the user agreed if they don't unsubscribe from the service. Whoa. This means that if you didn't use Netflix for a couple months, or your kid clicked through the dialogue on your account and you never saw it, you'll be billed at the increased rate without consent. Yeah, interesting. And that's very common, just to be clear. Not necessarily the kid thing, I don't know about that, it might be, but
dude.
The people just having accounts that they don't use is like huge.
The kid thing is definitely a thing, I promise you.
I'm not surprised.
Okay.
The case clears the way for other German users to file complaints, and the consumer rights magazine
Don't even try.
Stiftung Warentest?
You tried. Yeah.
Butchered that.
Okay, well, the entire comment section is just that now.
That's better than other things.
Luke, are you not even German with a last name like Lafreniere?
I mean, we have an NVIDIA box on screen. We might as well take some flack off.
Yeah,
You know. And I'm actually like just as German as I am French. Life is strange. Anyways, in a separate case, the Hanover Administrative Court has confirmed a judgment stating that cookie banners...
Hold on. Let's talk about this first one first.
Okay.
This is sick.
Yeah, it's great.
This is awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why do you just get to unilaterally... And I do understand legally why you are allowed to unilaterally increase the price of a subscription service, because technically every month is a new contract. So you can just, I don't know, yeah, it's a new contract now, and so if you stay subscribed, you agree to the new contract. No! That shouldn't be how things work. And if you want to negotiate a new contract, in my opinion, you should have to cancel everyone's contract and then sign them up again. You should have to go through the whole sign-up process again. I guarantee you. If that was how
companies
it worked,
will stop doing that immediately.
Companies would immediately not do this ever again. They would not raise prices. They would set a price that is actually sustainable, and then they would not touch it. For the love of God, not touch it. And that doesn't mean that they can't increase pricing. They absolutely can. But it would be on future signups. So if you get grandfathered in at a low rate, if you get a low rate, or you get a promotional rate, or you get whatever, then that's it. Like, you got it. That was the deal that you signed up for. If they change the deal after, then that literally isn't the deal you signed up for. Quite literally. This is so validating, because I feel like I've talked about this so many times. I freaking love it.
Like, there's immense lock-in from payment processors, but it's not even because it's that hard to, on a technical level, swap in and swap out payment processors. The problem is that all your legal payment agreements are in that other payment processor. And like Stripe talks about how they can handle migrations and stuff, but it's really not that clean. And you start actually talking about it, it's a lot more complicated, and yada, yada, yada. And it's easier in some scenarios and blah, 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 but there's things that different payment processors will do to try to increase this level of lock-in. And nobody really changes their payment processors pretty much ever if they have subscriptions, because the chance that these people won't come back, not just because they might have forgotten that they have the subscription, because you're re-asking them if it's worth it.
Friction.
And just re-asking them if it's worth it, you will lose a ton of people.
A ton. In a separate case, the Hanover Administrative Court has confirmed a judgment stating that cookie banners must not be designed to encourage users to consent, and that website operators must offer a clearly visible reject all button on the first level of cookie consent banners if the banner includes an accept all button.
That's huge for me.
That's
I love
so
that.
cool. The judgment came after Lower Saxony's data protection officer demanded a redesign of a media company's cookie banner because it didn't obtain effective, informed, and voluntary consent before setting cookies and processing personal information. The company disagreed and claimed that the Data Protection Authority was not responsible for monitoring legal provisions concerning cookies. The court found that rejecting cookies on the banner in question was much more complicated than accepting them, and that the banner used misleading wording such as optimal user experience and accept and close, while the term consent was completely missing. That's super cool.
That's just awesome. Because like sometimes, oh man, there are so many bad cookies. Sometimes there are cookies that do enhance website experiences.
Maybe we would be. No, go ahead.
Almost never do I care though, and I just reject everything.
But it's still. This is so. I love it.
Yeah, that's great.
I hate that it's only going to be in Germany.
Yeah,
Yep.
but hopefully, these types of things, hopefully they bleed out over time.